Welcome dear students and Jai Swaminarayan. Today we discuss a last point of the chapter number 12, heating effect of the electric current and the practical application of the heating effect of electric current. Meanwhile, we will discuss about electrical power and the general units of the electrical power. So let's start dear students, heating effect of the electric current. So first of all, what do we mean by the heat? The heat word related to the temperature. And similarly, the heating effect of the electric current means when the electric current flow through the resistor or any conductor, right? Some of the electrical energy is converted into the heat energy, and this effect is known as the heating effect of electric current. So dear students, when the electric current is passing through the circuit, some of the electrical energy is converted in the form of the heat energy. So when we supply a electric potential at the two end of the conductor, the electrical energy is used to flow a electric current. But some of the electrical energy is converted into the form of the heat energy, and this effect is known as the heating effect of the electric current. For example, an electric fan or electric bulb becomes a warm if you use continuously for a longer time. If you use a bulb for a longer time, and when after a long time when we touch this bulb, it becomes a warm, right? Because of the heating effect of the electric current. When an electric ion is connected to an electric circuit, the element of the electric ion get heated because of the dissipation of the electrical energy which heats the electrical ion. So electrical ion is also a practical application of the heating effect of the electric current. So when the electrical ion is connected in a circuit, right, it get heated. The heat energy is dissipated, right, and it becomes a warm. So dear students, if an electric circuit is purely resistive, the source of energy continually get dissipated entirely in the form of the heat, and this statement is known as the heating effect of the electric current, right? When we connected a electric cell to the conductor, the electric current is passing through the conductor, and whenever the electric current is passing through the conductor, the electrical energy, some of the electrical energy is converted into the heat energy, and this effect is known as the heating effect of the electric current, right? This we can experience at our home also. Take this type of the pencil cell. It is used to apply a potential difference at the circuit, right? Take a one conducting wire, like a conducting wire of the copper, right, and connect these two ends of the conducting wire with the help of the one finger and the thumb, right? So you experience the conducting wire get warm, get heated, right? So that is the heating effect of the electric current. સો એક આપણે આ રીતના પેન્સિલ સેલ લઈ લઈએ અને એ પેન્સિલ સેલના બે એન્ડને એક આપણે કોપરના વાયરથી કનેક્ટ કરી દઈએ અને એકદમ ફિટ પકડી લઈએ. શું થશે? એક કંડક્ટરમાંથી શું થશે? ઇલેક્ટ્રિક કરંટ ફ્લો થશે. એન્ડ વેન એવર ધ ઇલેક્ટ્રિક કરંટ ફ્લો થીસ conducting wire, right, the electrical energy is converted into the heat energy and it becomes a warm, right? એ શું થશે? ગરમ થશે. એટલે એ તમે ઘરે પણ ટ્રાય કરી શકો છો કે આ રીતના તમારે એક પેન્સિલ સેલ લઈ લેવાનો અને એ પેન્સિલ સેલની જોડે એક પાતળો કોપરનો તાર હોય કે એલ્યુમિનિયમનો તાર હોય કે સ્ટીલનો તાર હોય, એને આપણે આ રીતના એક અંગૂઠા અને બે આંગળી વચ્ચે બંને છેડાએ જોઈન કરી દેવાનો અને થોડી વાર પકડી રાખશો એટલે તમને ખબર પડશે કે એ જે આપણે તાર લીધો હતો એ તાર શું થવા લાગશે? ગરમ થવા લાગશે. એનો મતલબ એ થયો કે એની અંદર શું થઈ? હીટ પ્રોડ્યુસ્ડ થઈ. શું થઈ? હીટ પ્રોડ્યુસ થઈ. સો ધેટ ઇઝ ધ હીટિંગ ઇફેક્ટ ઓફ ધ electric current. So what is the heating effect of the electric current? So when the electric current passing through the conductor, electrical energy is converted into the heat energy, and this is known as the heating effect of the electric current. To understand this, consider this circuit that is a purely resistor. A resistor having a resistor R is connected to the battery with the potential difference of a V. So battery having a potential difference V and resistor R, resistor of a resistance R is connected with the battery through the key, and ammeter is used to measure the electric current passing through the circuit, and voltmeter is used to the measure the potential difference across the resistor. So let the electric current passing through the circuit is I, right, and the resistance of the conductor is a R. The potential difference applied across the resistor is a V. So why the electric current is passing through the circuit? So when we connected a battery to the conductor, the electric charge flow from the negative terminal to the positive terminal, and the electric current is passing through the circuit. So let us consider that the charge Q flows through the circuit in a time t. So therefore, the work done in moving of a charge Q of a potential difference V is W is equal to V into Q. By the definition of the potential difference, V is equal to work done required to move a charge of a Q, right? The work done is equal to V into Q. So if we multiply potential to the charge Q, we get a work done. So work done required to moving a charge Q of a potential difference V is given by W is equal to V into Q, right? So this require some amount of the energy. To move a charge from the one point to the another point, we require some amount of the energy, and this energy is given by a power. So therefore the power input P to the circuit, P is equal to W divided by T. So we know that W is equal to V into Q. So power P to the input circuit is V multiplied by Q by T. Here the definition of the power P is equal to work done rate of work, that is called the power. So work done divided by time is called the power. So from this definition, the power P is equal to V into Q by T. So we get the power delivered by the circuit. Now, but we know that the electric current I is equal to Q by T. So putting in the above equation, what is the above equation? P is equal to V multiplied by Q divided by T, right? So instead of Q by T, we write a I. By the definition of the electric current I is equal to Q by T. So instead of Q by T, we write a I. So therefore, we get the equation of the power P is equal to V into I. So therefore, the power delivered by the battery is equal to the product of the potential difference V and the electric current passing through the circuit. Since the electrical energy is supplied for a time t, is calculating with the in terms of the power. If we multiply by power with the time, we get the energy. So multiplying both sides of the equation to P is equal to V into I, right, by a time t, we get the electrical energy or heat energy dissipated through the resistor R is calculated with the help of power multiplied by time. So heat energy H is equal to P into T. The power P is given by V into I. So we get a equation of the heat energy H is equal to VIT. According to the Ohm's law, we know that V is equal to I into R. V is equal to I into R. So instead of this V place I into R, we get the equation H is equal to I into R into I into T, right? So heat energy H is equal to I square R T. So, dear students, we get the equation of the heat energy dissipated through the resistor R in a time t is given by H is equal to I square R into T, where I is the electric current passing through the resistor, R is the resistance of the resistor, and T is the time. So the heat energy dissipated through the resistor R is H is equal to I square R T. This equation is very important for calculating the example. So this equation is experimentally verified by the scientist Joule. That's why it is known as the Joule's law of the heating. Right? Joule's law states that the heat produced in a resistor is directly proportional to the square of the electric current passing through the resistor. So from this equation we can state that Joule states that the heat energy produced or dissipated through the resistor is directly proportional to the square of the electric current passing through it. Second, the heat energy depends on the resistance of the resistor. So heat energy dissipated through the resistor is directly proportional to the resistance of the resistor for a given current and directly proportional to the time for which the current flow through the resistor. So dear students, what is Joule's law? Joule's law states that the heat energy produced in a resistor is directly proportional to the square of the electric current, directly proportional to the resistance of the conductor, and directly proportional to the time for which the current flows through it. Understand? Now we discuss some examples regarding this point. This equation, we use the equation heat energy H is equal to I square RT. We use the equation power P is equal to V into I. We calculate the some examples regarding this heating effect of the electric current. Right? So example number 1. Find the heat energy produced in a resistance of a 10 ohm when the 5 ampere current flows through it for a 5 minute. Here given that the resistance of the conductor is given to you 10 ohm, right? Electric current passing through the resistor is a 5 ampere and time t is given a 5 minute. So 5 minute first we convert into the second. It is a 5 into 60, that is a 300 second, right? So resistance R is given to you 10 ohm, current I is a 5 ampere and time t 5 minute, that is converted into the 5 into 60, that is a 300 second. So we need to calculate the heat energy. So what is the equation of the heat energy? The heat energy H is equal to I square RT. I is the electric current, R is the resistance, and T is the time. So we put a value, all the value, I is equal to 5, that is a 5 square, resistance R is equal to 10 ohm, we place a 10, and electric current 5 minute is equal to 300 seconds, so we place a 300. So if we calculate this, we get a answer 75,000 joule. So what is the unit of the heat energy? The unit of the heat energy is joule, that is a 75,000 joule, or we can write 75 kilojoule. So dear students, understand this example how we calculate the heat energy passing through the conductor if the resistance, electric current and the time is given to you. Now we see another example. Example number 2. If an electric heater consume a electricity at a rate of 500 watt. What is the unit of the electric power? Right? So here the power is given to you 500 watt. So power input P is a 500 watt, and the potential difference between the two terminal of the electric circuit is a 250 volt. So the potential difference is given to you 250 volt, right? Calculate the electric current and the resistance through the circuit. So we need to calculate the electric current passing through the circuit and what is the resistance of the circuit. So to calculate this example, we know the formula of the electric power. Electric power P is equal to V into I, right? So from this formula, put a value of the power P is equal to 100, 500 watt, and potential difference V is equal to 250. So we get a 500 watt is equal to 250 into I. So electric current passing through the circuit, I is equal to 500 divided by 250, that is a 2 ampere. So we get a first answer. What is the electric current passing through the circuit? So the electric current passing through the circuit is a 2 ampere. So according to the Ohm's law, we know that V is equal to I into R. I into R. So from this formula, we calculate the resistance R is equal to V divided by I. So resistance R is equal to V is equal to 250 divided by electric current 2 ampere. That we calculate the resistance easily. It is a 125 ohm. So understand, yes student, power is given to you, P is equal to 500 watt, potential difference V is equal to 250 watt. We need to find the electric current I and the resistance R. So according to the formula of power, P is equal to V into I. I is equal to P divided by V. So P is 500 watt and V is a 250 watt. So we get the electric current 2 ampere, right? And according to the Ohm's law, V is equal to IR, R is equal to V divided by I, right? So R is equal to 250 divided by 2 is equal to 125 ohm, right? So you have calculate a similar example by yourself. Try yourself same example given to you. So dear students, try this example by yourself. Same example is given to you which we had calculated previously. An electric geyser consume a electricity at a rate of the 1000 watt. So power is given to you here a 1000 watt. P is equal to 1000 watt and the potential difference through the electric circuit is a 250 volt. So potential difference V is given to you 250 volt. Find the resistance offered by the geyser and the electric current passing through the circuit. So same example which we were calculated previously, you have to calculate by yourself. Right? Now we understand what are the practical application of heating effect of electric current, right? So as you see the picture, right, heating effect is desirable in the devices like a electrical heater, electrical iron, electric bulb, electric fuse and electric toaster. So this all the practical appliance works on the heating effect of the electric current. If you see the electric heater, when we switch on the electric heater, electric current is passing through this coil, and due to the heating effect of the electric current, it dissipates the heat energy, right? Electric iron also, when the electric iron is connected to the potential difference, right, 230 volt, right, the electrical energy get converted into the heat energy. So this all the appliance and similar appliance works on the heating effect of the electric current. Try to find such a two appliance which works on the heating effect of the electric current. Electric bulb also works on the heating effect of the electric current. So in this electric bulb, one tungsten filament is there, right? So when the electric current is passing through this tungsten filament, it gets heated, right? And due to this, the light energy is produced. So filament of the electric bulb is made up of the tungsten. Why it is made up of the tungsten? Because of the two reason. It does not oxidize readily at a high temperature. Its a melting point is a very high. Its a melting point is about a 3380 degree Celsius. So at that much temperature, the tungsten filament get heated. So now when this tungsten filament, right, is used in an electric bulb, so when the electric current is passing through this tungsten filament, right, the it gets heated, right? And due to the heat energy produced in the tungsten filament, light energy is produced through this bulb. So electrical energy is converted into the heat energy, as well as the electrical energy is converted into the light energy, right? As this bulb, electric bulbs get on for sometimes, right? And when we touch this electric bulb, it's get heated, right? It becomes a warm. Now we study one another application of the heating effect of the electric current, that is a electric fuse. We all know what is the use of the electric fuse and the how we use the electric fuse in our home or any electronics equipment, right? So that this is the picture of the electric fuse which we use at our home, and this is the picture of the electric fuse which we used in our some appliance to control the electric current passing through the circuit, right? So the what is the function of the electric fuse? So electric fuse is used to control the electric current passing through the home appliance, and it protects the appliance to damage, right? So how the electric fuse is constructed? So in this electric fuse, there are two contacts are there, and between these two contacts we tied a one thin copper wire which having a low melting point, right? So when the electric current is passing through the copper wire, when the excess amount of the electric current is passing through this conducting wire, right, it will melt, right, and it will break the circuit. So electric fuse is a safety device that protects our electric appliance in the case of the short circuit or a overloading. So when the excess amount of the electric current is passing through this fuse, the thin wire in the electric fuse melt and it breaks up the circuit. So it protects the our electrical appliance used in our home. So thin wire in a fuse is made up of a pure tin or alloy of the copper and tin. So when we tied a thin wire, this thin wire is made up from the copper or tin, or we can say the mixture of the copper and tin. Fuse is always connected in a series with the live wire. So when the electric current is passing through the live wire, right, so that the fuse is always connected in a series with the live wire. Fuse wire has a low melting point, it can easily melt. So excess amount of the current is melt the fuse wire. Current capacity of fuse is slightly higher than that of the appliance. So dear students, fuse is very important component which is used in our home, right? It protects our electrical appliance. It protects to damage our electrical appliance. So as you see the picture of the fuse is nothing but a two contacts are there, and between these two contacts we place a thin wire of the tin or copper or the alloys of the tin and copper. So whenever the excess amount of the electric current is passing through this thin wire, right, this copper wire or tin wire will melt and it protects the electrical appliance. So dear students, now discuss about what do you mean by the electric power, what are the different units of the electric power. So the rate of electric energy is dissipated or consumed in an electric circuit is called the electric power. The time rate of electrical energy consumed by the electric circuit is called the electric power. So electrical energy per unit time is called the electric power. The power P is given by the equation P is equal to V into I. As we discussed in previous topic, right, the electrical power is derived with the help of the P is equal to V into I, where V is the potential difference applied in the circuit and I is the electric current passing through the circuit. So the product of potential difference and the electric current passing through the circuit is known as the electric power. So time rate of electrical energy dissipated per unit time is called the electric power. So as you know that according to the Ohm's law, you know that V is equal to I into R. So if you put instead of V is equal to I into R, we get the equation of the electric power P is equal to I square into R. Or we can also put I is equal to V divided by R. We can put instead of I, V divided by R, we get the another equation of the electric power, it is a V square by R. So these all are the equation of the electric power. To calculate the electric power dissipated or electric power consumed by the electric circuit, we can use P is equal to V into I. If the electric potential is given to you, electric current passing through the circuit is given to you, we can easily calculate the electric power with the help of this equation P is equal to V into I. But instead of this, electric current is given to you and the resistance of the circuit is given to you, then you can calculate electric power with the formula P is equal to I square into R. Or we can also calculate the power P is equal to V square by R. The SI unit of the electric power is a watt. The unit of electric power is a watt. So what is the 1 watt electric power? So 1 watt electric power is a power consumed by the device that carries a 1 ampere of the electric current when operated at a potential difference of a 1 volt. So when we apply a potential difference of a 1 volt and the electric current passing through the circuit is a 1 ampere, that we can say that the power consumed by the electric circuit is a 1 volt. So we can write like this, 1 watt it is equal to 1 volt into the 1 ampere. 1 volt into the 1 ampere. So the electric power, what is the 1 watt? So 1 watt electric power is a electric power consumed by the electric circuit that carries the 1 ampere of the electric current when we apply a potential difference of a 1 volt. Watt is a very small unit of the electric power. Watt is a very small unit of the electric power. Actual practical use of the electric power is a kilowatt, megawatt, that larger unit of the electric power. 1 kilowatt electric power, it is equal to 10 raised to 3, 10 raised to 1000 watt. 1 kilowatt electric power is equal to 1000 watt. We can say that the 1000 watt, and 1000 kilowatt, that is a 1 megawatt. So 1 megawatt is a 10 raised to 6 watt. 10 raised to 6 watt. That means the 10 lakh watt. So 1 kilowatt electric power is a 1000 watt and 1 megawatt electric power is a 10 lakh watt. So kilowatt and megawatt are the larger unit of the electric power. Now from the formula of the electric power P is the energy per unit time. We can also calculate the electrical energy from the electric power. So how we calculate the electric energy from the electric power? So from the formula you know that electric power E is equal to energy dissipated per unit time. So from this formula the electrical energy is the product of electric power and the time. The product of electric power and the time is called the electrical energy. So you can calculate like this: electrical energy E is equal to electrical power P multiplied by time T, right? So from this formula the unit of the electric energy is a watt into hour. So unit of the power is a watt and unit of time is taken as a hour. So the unit of the electrical energy is a watt into hour. So 1 watt hour is the energy consumed by a 1 watt of the power in a 1 hour. So 1 watt hour electrical energy is the energy consumed by the 1 watt power in a 1 hour. And the commercial unit of the electrical energy which we use in our home is a kilowatt hour. Kilowatt hour, or we can say the 1 unit. So we use the electrical energy, or we measure the electrical energy is a 1 unit, right? So what is the 1 unit? 1 unit is a 1 kilowatt hour. So how much energy is consumed in a 1 unit? That is a 1 kilowatt hour. It is equal to 1000 watt into the 1 hour is equal to 3600 second. So we get a 3.6 into 10 raised to 6 watt into second, or we can say that 3.6 into 10 raised to 6 joule. So 1 unit, that means the energy consumed per second 3.6 into 10 raised to 6 joule. So in a 1 hour we consume the energy of a 36 lakh joule. 3.6 into 10 raised to 6 joule. So this is the commercial unit of the electrical energy which we use in our home, right? In the electric meter, the electrical meter indicates the unit which we used by, right, during the 1 day. So 1 unit, that means a 3.6 into 10 raised to 6 joule. Every electrical appliance consumes the electrical energy, and this electrical energy is measured by the electrical meter in the form of the unit. So if we considering a 1 unit, that we use a energy of a 3.6 into 10 raised to 6 joule. So dear students, આપણે જે ઘરની અંદર ઇલેક્ટ્રિક મીટર આવેલા હોય છે, બરાબર, એ જેટલી પણ આપણે ઇલેક્ટ્રિકલ એનર્જી જીઈબીમાંથી પ્રોવાઈડ કરવામાં આવે છે એ બધી ઇલેક્ટ્રિકલ એનર્જી આપણા એપ્લિયન્સ, ઘરના એપ્લિયન્સ શું કરે છે? કન્ઝ્યુમ કરે છે. અને એ પ્રમાણે એ ઇલેક્ટ્રિક મીટર છે એ ઇન્ડિકેટ કરતું હોય છે કે 1 યુનિટ વપરાય, 2 યુનિટ વપરાય, 3 યુનિટ વપરાય. એટલે કે જો તમે 3.6 ગુણ્યા 3.6 મલ્ટીપ્લાય બાય 10 રેઝ ટુ 6 36 લાખ જૂલ એનર્જી કન્ઝ્યુમ કરો ત્યારે શું થાય? 1 યુનિટ થાય, 2 યુનિટ થાય, 3 યુનિટ થાય. એન્ડ જીબી જે કોમન રેટ નક્કી કરેલો હોય એ પ્રમાણે તમને એનું લાઇટ બિલ આવે છે. તો આ એક કોમર્શિયલ યુઝ ઓફ ધ ઇલેક્ટ્રિક એનર્જી છે. So dear students, I hope that you understand this chapter number 12, electricity, right? This is the last topic of the chapter number 12. Now onwards we discuss the more detail about the chapter number 12. Thank you very much.